Okay, let's spruce this ship up and just make a copy of the material. And once I slap it on, I can sort of tell I don't like this. This is too rough. It works on the engines, but it doesn't work on the body. So I'm just going to go into that material and I'm going to show you that this kind of method of creating a random texture that looks like tiling or like heat shields can be accomplished in several ways with several different textures. We're just going to use the fusion again, and there's nothing in it right now. So first of all, we're going to use the surface tiles again. And with tiles, let's put it up to 200 across the V, so it's elongated. Let's just put this all the way down. We don't need the bevel. And let's make this white and that gray and this, it doesn't really matter, but a different gray. And we'll randomize the colors. That's our first texture, and now I'm going to use a different texture, a noise texture. Let's see, noise, and we'll go for the noise, cell noise. And we're just going to put it to the UV so that it follows the surface of the spaceship, and put it down to 50, like really scriggly. Now let's see, we got it set to normal so that this doesn't do anything. We'll just give you this. Let's swap these two, and let's see, so we get something like this. It's okay. What if we multiply it? See what that does. Nothing much. Maybe we should try a different one. This is the way I'm always doing it, just trying out stuff. You never know. So this actually looks a bit better. Nice paneling. Okay, we'll do this. Now, in principle, I haven't done anything different. The only thing that I've done different is that a noise is usually a 3D procedural, and it's hooked up to texture, and that would not follow the curve of the spaceship, so I just put it to UV 2D. Now, if I render this, I can tell that there's light, and I actually don't want to have light there or something like the color of the backlight. So I'm just going to go to the side view, introduce another light, and I'm going to do something relatively special. I'm going to tell that this light has fall off, first of all. Fall off is linear, and you can tell it's a huge cone around it, a huge dome, I should say, sphere. And I'm just going to do it like this, so it only is local to this area, and it's right in the nozzle of the spaceship. And I'm going to go to general, and here I'm going to do something really tricky. I'm going to put down the intensity to -100. It becomes a negative light, and what it does is it actually takes light away. So if I put it to blue, the light in here will actually turn a bit orange. So the more I put in this color, the more orange it will be. So let's see. Oh, that works really nice. So it's a negative light, and it works like a charm. It makes this odd kind of red-yellow hue now because I put the color of the light to blue and made the light negative. Right. For the wings, what are we going to do for the wings? You can look at some reference online for cool ideas. I'm just going to make a straight branch with maybe a couple of guns on them. That would be cool. Let's see. I'm just going to do a box. In this box, I'm just going to, well, I can't scale it down because it's a parametric object. I'm just going to put it down like this and make it narrower like that. Let's see if I put it up here. It's way too bulky, of course, but we can do stuff about it, like for instance a fillet. And let's give these at least 12, well, 20 subdivisions overall. It doesn't really matter, it's all pre-rendered graphics what we're going to produce. So, and we'll make this a little bit bigger so that it sticks into, well, make this smaller. Well, actually this is pretty cool. And the X size, actually pump it up so it actually sticks into the engine. Now this is way too bulky and messy. Well, let's put some deformers on it. First of all, well, my favorite one is the FFD, fit to object, and I'm just going to give it 5 across the X and make it a little bit bigger. And then when I actually want to change stuff, reshape stuff, I'll get the rectangular selection tool, go into the front view, select the middle part, and actually drag that back like this. Well, maybe push it over the side a little bit. This already looks a little bit more interesting. Maybe before I do that, I can, let's see, I'll take the side again, and I'm only going to select the front. Hang on, let's do it from the top view, it's easier. I'm just going to take these, and I know that these belong to the same line, the front line, and let's scale this to make it look a little bit more aerodynamic. That. So there, it's a little bit more plump at the back. Oh, like that. Right. Now let's just see if we can slap this new material onto the spaceship. That actually looks pretty cool. Maybe we can actually take care of it's a little bit too detailed in comparison to the ship, so maybe if we just put it 0.4 and this one 0.4, that actually looks a lot better. Now what I've done is just use less tiling on this particular cube, and that actually gives me a better result. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks nice. All right, so let's plop this into symmetry object. Symmetry. Whoops. Excuse me. And we basically have a pretty nifty spaceship getting along pretty well. Now, last thing I'm going to do is put on a cockpit and then put it in isometrics, animate it, and maybe put in a couple of guns, but I want to get to making this into a 2D sprite as soon as possible.